plaquette as well there. Welcome back to Space Cadets. Work the iron. Val, as you can see, Val's come round to my way of thinking. I pointed out to him how lucrative some of those fitness DVDs are, and we're business partners now. Val, who's the best, who do you think is the most physically fit cadet? Which one do you rate the most?
Let's put it Billy.
Billy? Billy's pretty good, is he?
Oh, yeah. He's training well as well.
Do you think he'd made a good soldier?
Taking for training a bit more.
You think more training?
Oh, yeah.
OK, thanks, Val. And also, mate, you've got that on linen. It's cotton. You're going to get a burn there.
Oh, yeah.
That's nice. Just a small thing, but, you know.
Really.
OK, in 24 hours' time, 4 space cadets, one of them an undercover actor, will be aboard this shuttle simulator. And all being well, they'll believe they're actually in space. And quite frankly, given the lengths the special effects guys have gone to, who wouldn't? The identities of these intrepid cadets will be revealed at the end of tonight's show. But first, it's back to the lecture room, where they've spent a total of 65 hours over the last 3 weeks. OK, not everything they've learnt in there has been strictly true, about 80%. The rest has either been plain mischief or a way of managing their expectations. You see, the thing is, as we can't really send them into real space, we've had to prepare them for fake space of our own creation. Today, the Space Cadets learn about in-space experimentation. Yeah, that's called upstaging, Val. Yeah, you meant to stop ironing when I was in there, all right? During real space missions, cosmonauts are paid by companies to carry out experiments designed to help with technological advancements and test their products in an anti-gravity environment. Our cadets will also be expected to carry out on-board experiments. However, these will be designed by us just to keep their hands and minds occupied. Actor Michael Klesick, who conducted the earlier Animal Pioneers lecture, is back.
Today, just out of curiosity, how many today paid respect to Minsky?
Today, actually. Well, not today.
That was honest as well.
Good. It's not something, you know, we take lightly, so it's nice that you take it very serious, and it's good. I'll start right away. We don't have much time. You guys are running late. Earlier this year, STAR went around to many different colleges, universities around the world. Many students submitted experiments. For example, one had the question of, does a cat land on its feet if you drop it in zero gravity? Does it mean anything? Who knows? Unfortunately, we can't conduct all these experiments in one single mission. So what we have done is we have chosen a few for you to carry out. Safety is paramount. The following rules must be adhered to at all times. Do not touch anything at all that does not relate to your experiment or investigation. Do not press buttons, flick switches, press knobs. This is not good. You open door, fall out, your parents upset. Do not run in the laboratory, especially when carrying scissors or any other sharp objects, or even a pen. To help you acclimatize to laboratory condition, we devised the following system, which must be adhered to at all times when working in the lab or conducting experiments. First thing, prepare. Prepare for each project and experiment carefully. Second thing, read. Read the instructions or experiment notes very, very carefully. Please try to get into the habit of reading the instructions not only once, but twice, maybe 3 times, before commencing any experiment to ensure complete familiarity with every step. Ask. Ask for advice. Ask for assistance. We don't expect you, when you're up there, to know everything. There's a funny story. The American astronaut Alp Stewart was asked to conduct an experiment to upgrade the water filtration system aboard the Skylab. Nearing the end of the upgrade, he had to read these instructions, and it stated, carefully pee inside the unit's main water storage tank, recording any changes in the water level. Carefully pee inside. Unfortunately, it was a typo, and it actually meant carefully peer, to look and note anything. So this did not make him very popular with the other astronauts. Finally, test. Only when you have prepared for what you're going to do, read the instructions and ask colleagues or mission control any questions you might have, should you begin each test. So, guidelines. Think. Prepare, read, ask, test. Prat. Very serious. Prat. That's a good picture.
We've been writing poems.
See me after class. This is not acceptable.
The lecturer saw a picture in my book and came up and ripped it out and said, "See me after the class." And even though I was very well aware that he was just an actor, and he wasn't even Russian, someone had told me that, and even though I knew the whole thing was just this immense charade, I was really nervous and filled with that anxiety that I haven't had for God knows how many years.
Oh, I'm going to go back to
Just see me after class.
Okay.
You don't need to be wasting time.
Can we give the next one, please?
I was just the naughty boy at the back of the class again. And I couldn't stop myself doing it. This is the power of suggestion. I had some notes in my book, and I actually made them better and put some extra notes in so that when he'd look at my book at the end of the class, he'd see that I had proper notes in. How mental is that?
There we go. I'm in the shuttle now, actually in the cockpit that the gang are going to be taking off in. Can I say to you that, for the record, 80% of what they've been taught is absolutely bona fide, along with, of course, the physical training stuff that Val's giving them. So they really are getting a lesson in something. But obviously, to avoid their suspicions being raised, we have to bend the truth a little bit and create our own kind of space world. For example, these buttons genuinely don't work, so we have to think of a way of avoiding their questions. Well, why can't we press a button? So we have to do that to avoid that. That's the real thinking behind our mischief. Anyway, those suspicions and doubts, unfortunately, are coming into play more and more. Have a little look at this and you'll see what I mean. Despite going to great lengths to keep up the pretense of our Russian training base, over the last 3 weeks, the cadets have occasionally got a little too close to the truth for comfort. Astrid found the whole concept hard to believe.
I just don't believe it. Honestly, I don't believe it. I know he's telling us, but it doesn't seem like actually real.
But we knew it was. We knew it was. Well, as soon as they told us what it was.
God, I just feel.
As soon as they told us what it was, we got a sense of the scale of it.
Well, I don't think it's real. I just don't.
Sarah Jane thought that actor Charlie was a plant.
I think Charlie's a sly one as well. He sort of wants us to all start hating each other. Maybe he's like the little mole.
Paul wasn't convinced by the Suffolk climate.
I look at Russia, I know I've only been there and I'm on a base. It's cold, but it seems to me like England.
Yeah.
Right? But it's a bit cold. It's not...
And Louise got frighteningly close to the truth.
I think it's a hoax. It's an experiment to see how we react to that situation. We're not really going to space. It's just an experiment to see how we cope with things.
None of this seems real to me. If you can imagine, we've just been plonked on a plane, chucked out here. I haven't even spoken to my mum and dad, and my sister, my boyfriend, and my friends. So I don't even know like what's happening at home. We're just in this little tight bubble thing.
That'd be horrible if it was all a joke. And you've been set up and you've been like running around in PT every morning.
Zeppotron, they are comedy.
Who?
Zeppotron, that's who. Those are part of Endemol.
Yeah, part of Endemol.
Look at that there. These bits there.
Even in her sleep, Sarah Jane's having doubts.
Not foreign. They're not